Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Dreamscape. My name is Harrison, and today is different. So, I want to just say Death Stranding, more coming, I promise, soon. Hopefully in the next week. But today, I wanted to take a moment in lieu of so many amazing titles coming out this year from uh, The Last of Us Part 2 to the Final Fantasy VII Remake to CD Projekt Red. What's it called? The name is escaping me. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077, and a bunch more. But I wanted to take a moment to look back at some of the games that I've played over the years that have really made me fall in love with video games as a medium of storytelling. Um, Starting with Final Fantasy X, one of my very favorites. So I'm going to be reacting to just the ending scene. I hope you guys enjoy it. Obviously, huge spoiler alerts here. If you haven't played the game, go play it. Go watch somebody play it and then come back. I know that there are going to be some obstinate hobgoblins watching this who are just going to watch this anyway. So with that being the case, I will provide just a little synopsis. For those of you who just want to jump straight into it, I'll put a timestamp below. So, Final Fantasy X. Oh man, what am I getting myself into here? So, Final Fantasy X takes place in a world that is plagued by a giant monster called Sin. And humanity's only weapon against Sin are these special people. I guess you could almost call them priests or shamans. They kind of fill that role in society, but they're referred to as summoners. And they basically have the ability to communicate, communicate with these spirits who are locked within statues referred to as the fayth. And they're able to take their dreams and make them into reality, basically manifesting as these, basically also giant monsters that then fight Sin. So our main character, Tidus, who is a young man from a far-off land. He's not from the main continent of Spira. Doesn't know anything about Sin or about their culture. He arrives washed up on the island of Besaid and meets a young summoner named Yuna, who is about to go on her pilgrimage around Spira to gain the power she needs to vanquish Sin. So we embark on this adventure, and about halfway through the game, we learn that Yuna, in order to defeat Sin, has to also give up her life. And it sucks because not only will she have to die, but Sin won't even be permanently defeated. It'll be defeated for a couple decades, and then it comes back, and someone else has to step up and defeat it again. Tidus, having over the past however long period of time of the game, has started to fall for Yuna and is upset by this, as is the player. I know I was. Because basically it's like Final Fantasy VII Part 2, right? For those of us who actually played Final Fantasy VII, no tea, no shade to those Kingdom Hearts fans. But it's basically like Aerith Part 2. Just prepping for Yuna's death. Spoilers, sorry. But basically, the rest of the game is spent trying to find a way to save Yuna and to defeat Sin for good. And they succeed. Tidus and company and Yuna, they succeed in finding a new way to defeat Sin. And all is well, but then it turns out, because the fayth are no longer needed, because their sole purpose is to fight Sin, disappear. And it's revealed that Tidus is also indeed a dream of the fayth and will also disappear. And so this scene takes place between Tidus and Yuna, and it's basically Yuna having to say goodbye to this man who has found a way to save her and give her her entire life back so that she can live it for herself and not for other people. And she now has to say goodbye to the love of her life, and it's devastating. But also, I also want to just mention, too, that Final Fantasy X makes this really beautiful commentary on organized religion. I don't know if it does this intentionally or not, but it makes a point to describe how it's an incredible source of hope for so many people, but at the same time can be used as a means of control. Just control whole civilizations for nefarious purposes, and can also be really corrupt and scary. And Final Fantasy X really is, in essence, the story of a revolution. It's one of the tightest, one of the best stories within the Final Fantasy franchise. I love this game. I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get into it. I also want to note this was during the PS2 generation, where if you got a CGI scene, you knew a lot of budget went into this, and that this was going to be like it, right? So epic. Oh, I love this game! Oh, my girl. I loved Yuna so much when I was in high school. I also just love the sound design too, like the Pyreflies.
Yuna, I have to go. I'm sorry I couldn't show you Xanarkand.
Waka. What?
Goodbye.
Hey!
We're gonna see you again!
Oh, Yuna.
Yuna!
Oh, man. Y'all, get you a man that holds Yuna like Tidus does, with his ghost arms. It kills me. Y'all don't understand. When I was in high school, truly, this was peak romance. Peak romance. So manly. Ugh. You guys, for those of you who haven't played the game, this is how Yuna and Tidus would call each other. They would whistle. Oh man.
It's time.
She's like a lovebird whose mate died. It's so sad. No.
Everyone has lost something precious. Everyone here has lost homes, dreams, and friends. Everybody? Now, Sin is finally dead. Now, Spira is ours again. Working together. Now we can make new homes for ourselves. And new dreams. Although I know the journey will be hard, we have lots of time. Together, we will rebuild Spira. The road is ahead of us, so let's start out today. Just one more thing. The people and the friends that we have lost. No dreams that have faded. Never forget them.
Oh, God. Oh, and then this song. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It gets me every single time. That's how you know it's amazing. That's how you know it's good. It's so good. I do want to acknowledge really quick, just the dubbing. They clearly didn't change the animation from when it was originally voiced in Japanese to English. So the English voice actress for Yuna had to during that last monologue at the end, she had to kind of go with what the Japanese person was saying to time her dubbing, which that must be so difficult. I can't. My brain can't even comprehend that. But I also just with the style of some of these JRPG anime type projects, especially because I think Square Enix was truly one of the first developing developers to start really adding a whole lot of drama into their storylines. I think this game came out in 2000s. I don't really know precisely. I'm gonna say early 2000s. It was right in that era, right around the first Kingdom Hearts game, where truly the storylines they tried to inject a whole lot of drama and emotion into it to varying degrees of success. I think that Final Fantasy X is very successful. I was lost a little bit on Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit too much for me. But I think this one, it's truly justified. And I think sometimes Western audiences will kind of struggle with that style, that Japanese, very kind of over the top, really peppy voice acting, almost for the same reasons that sometimes Shakespeare and Greek tragedies can sometimes be really inaccessible to Western audiences, even though they originate from Europe. Just because one similarity that they all share is that it's not just about life or death for each individual character. It's about these characters have the entire world on their shoulders, and so there's nothing pedestrian about it. There's nothing that's natural, and there's nothing that's realism about it, you know. And so I think that sometimes, like, these moments, like when Yuna falls down and her whole party's like, ugh, like, it's justified because it's like she just phased through this man who is disappearing right before their eyes. Yeah, I do think it takes a certain amount of allowing yourself to buy into it, and sometimes it feels a little bit silly, but it works. It works, and once you let yourself just kind of open up to experiencing it fully, oh man, I love these games so much. I love Final Fantasy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I know I really enjoyed filming it. I'm definitely going to do more. If you have any suggestions for things that you'd like to see me react to, comment down below. I'll take a look-see. Anything from like more cutscenes to trailers to even like fan-made projects. I already have some ideas for what I want to do. And then, like I said, more Death Stranding coming, and also The Last of Us. I really want to try and get through The Last of Us before Part 2 comes out, because I want to do that on this channel as well. So I got to get crack-a-lackin'. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you. I'll see you all next time. Bye.